So yeah, we'll get started. So Zanzibar White Sand is a Relais Chateaux property, and it's the only Relais Chateaux property in Zanzibar. So it is located on Paje Beach. So this is like the whole vibe of Zanzibar White Sands. It's very relaxed, very private, mindful luxury. And it's a boutique resort beachfront. So Paje itself, it's a really nice location. A lot of the lodges and hotels here, they're all quite small, independently owned. So it's a really peaceful location. So it's about an hour's transfer from Stone Town. And we can help with arranging that transfer. We have our new departure lounge at the airport. So we can assist with getting through immigration. And the transfer itself is lovely. You go through little villages and woodland areas. So you get a real sense of place. And also the vehicle is very modern, well air conditioned, so it's very comfortable. And of course, Zanzibar, it's really well accessed through the Middle East and Europe. And you also only have that hour time difference, especially for us here in the UK. So as I said, it's located on Paje Beach. So this is the southeast side of Zanzibar. Zanzibar is known for being quite tidal. So when the tide goes out, you're left, it goes quite far out, and in some places that you can be left with quite a lot of seaweed. But this location is really nice because you're still just left with kind of pristine sands. And as well, when the tides go out, you're left with these kind of beautiful shallow water lagoons. So it's really safe for swimming, particularly for children, and really good for kite surfing also. So in terms of sustainability, we're a boutique resort and we're doing a lot. So we have our own solar farm and we also have a wind turbine on the resort. And we have a really cool carpentry workshop where you can see a lot of, the furniture being made for the resort. And we really encourage guests to go in, have a look around. It's become so successful that they also kind of sell to different hotels in Zanzibar. So it's a really important source of employment here too. And with the local community, we work closely with the Seaweed Centre, which you can also go visit. And that's where we get, a lot of our cosmetics for the spa and also the villas. So in terms of accommodation, we are a 15 villa resort, and we're spread out over 4 hectares. So, the villas are all very spacious, very private. And as you can see in the photo there, the vegetation is quite lush, quite dense. And so, they're very secluded. So we have our 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 5-bedroom villas, and then also our cinnamon rooms. Our cinnamon rooms, these are kind of our entry-level option. But again, they're really luxurious and good, if budget is an issue or availability. So this is a beachfront villa. So these are 1-bedroom. And these are beautiful. You have direct access to the beach. And they're really spacious. So you have a separate living area and then bedroom. So, the bedrooms are massive, and this is kind of the design across all the villas. So for a family, you can easily fit an extra bed in here or 2 if you've young children. You have an outdoor bathroom, rooftop terrace with the beachfront villas, which is really nice location for private dining or private sundowners. The living area, and yeah, so that's your beachfront villa. And then as you move in towards the resort, you have the family 2-bedroom villas. So again, there's 5 of these, and they're set in the garden. So it's the same kind of setup. You have your separate living area, a plunge pool, and also then your 2-bedroom villa. So a really great option, for families or groups of friends traveling together. I would say about this villa, the rooms aren't interconnected. So, if you have younger children who want to be close to mum and dad, probably not the best option as they have separate entrances. We then have the presidential unit. So this is 5 bedrooms, and this is also located in the garden. So with this, you have a private pool and 2 hot tubs. And worth noting as well, one of these rooms is also interconnecting to a child's room. So this is really great for your multi-generational travel. We can have a capacity of 10 adults and 2 children. And during the low season, you can also book these rooms individually, so like a smaller hotel. So new to 2023, these were just finished in December, is the garden villa. So these are a really nice option. They're a single unit with a small living area. And there's 4 of these. So 3 of them come with a hot tub and then 1 with a private pool. So yeah, these are a really nice option. They're located in the garden, and we've also planned to introduce 3 more of these villas in 2024. So hopefully the first one will be built in June. So that's kind of it in terms of accommodation. But on the resort itself, you know, the resort is really good at looking after families and couples alike. So we have a lovely communal pool area, and there's this kind of a smaller section for children as well. And we're really lucky to have a really great water sports centre. So things like kayaks, bicycles, you know, snorkeling equipment, that's all included, and you can rent that as much as you like. And we also have a really good kite surfing school as well during the season. So depending on the time of year, you can also you know, have a complimentary kite surfing tryout class. So it just gives guests an idea, you know, if they want to actually book, you know, the proper lesson. It is actually a very hard sport to do, I found when I was there. And as well, we have our Sensa Spa, so it's 2 treatment rooms. So really nice therapies here. We also have a tennis court and a fitness suite. So, you know, there's a lot to do in the resort itself. So, you know, guests can be really well entertained. We have complimentary activities as well throughout the week. So it could be sparkling sunrise breakfast. So that's every morning. It's down by the beach. We can do yoga classes, cooking classes. So it just really depends, you know, what they have going on that week. And they will also have some sort of live entertainment twice a week as well. So it may be a performance from some of the Maasai or some live music. And it's just a really nice opportunity, I suppose, for guests to kind of gather around and meet, because these villas are really private, so you don't really see anyone else while you're here. So in terms of families, we also have a small play area and farm, and babysitting can be arranged as well. So as I said, the Zanzibar White Sands is Relais Chateaux. So the food here is exceptional, particularly the seafood, and they work really closely with local suppliers. So we have 2 restaurants, Doors to Zanzibar, which is kind of our main restaurant, and then our beach restaurant, which is kind of more for, I suppose, laid back dining, like breakfast and lunch options. But it's a really nice location. It's right on the beach, and this will be refurbished this year. So the resort is closed from the 27th of April to the 20th of May. So we'll be getting new images of that then. So in terms of bars, we also have our lounge bar, our sunset bar, where they have, you know, kind of gathered drinks for guests, and then our beach bar as well. But, you know, Zanzibar is a really cool destination. You know, it's really easy to twin with safari or, you know, as a winter sun destination in itself. And there's a lot to do on Zanzibar. And we can help with arranging, you know, different excursions around the island. You know, we have our kind of favorite snorkeling and diving locations. Stone Town is a really great excursion. I definitely recommend getting a guided tour here. Because there's so many different streets, and you know, you have the slave museum and the memorials, and you just really wouldn't find it unless you had a guided tour. So it's definitely worth doing that. Jazani Forest then again is only 10 minutes away from the resort, so it's a really nice excursion. The Rock, it's a bit of a tourist hotspot, but very cool. And yeah, you know, so we're so close to Tanzania that it twins really nicely with the safari. Some people do kind of short kind of fly in for 1-day safaris, so that's also an option. But that's it really. So Natalia is our point of contact here in the UK. But we're very and she's very responsive, but we can also reach out to us at Smaller Marketing. So that's it really. If there's any questions, do pop them in the chat box and I can have a look. Sorry, so Belania has asked, is there a lot of mosquitoes? No, when I was there, I didn't find there to be a lot of mosquitoes. And in terms of the ocean, can you swim all year round? Yes, so it is tidal, so it's in a 6-hour rotation. And yeah, so when the tide goes out, you're left with these beautiful water, like shallow lagoons, which are really safe for swimming in. Alexandra has asked, is there a kids club? No, there isn't a kids club, but we can organise babysitting, and there's a really nice play area and kids farm for them as well. Jan has asked, are there any facilities for windsurfing as well as kite surfing? With our water sports centre, it's only kite surfing, but you also have, you can take paddle boards, kayaks, and snorkeling equipment as well. So I think that's it in terms of questions. If anything else comes to mind, just you can always pop me an email. The other thing is Zanzibar White Sands also has a listing on the accommodation hub. And if you're not using the accommodation hub, I really encourage you to use it. It's a really comprehensive trading portal on the property. You have live availability links, image galleries, sample itineraries, and a lot more. So I will also send out a link to that in the follow-up as well. But yeah, I think that's it in terms of questions. So yes, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.